Hey, Ron's Bass Lessons again here. Gold Dust Woman bass lesson. In some ways the song is like so simple that who needs a lesson, but it always makes it easier to get some idea. So there's a lot of creativity in the studio recording, and there's a lot of, especially at the end in the outro, it's very long and there's a lot of little, frills and chills, and so you are welcome to play with that all you want. I'm just going to give you the flavor of, of the sort of what I see as the essential stuff that's going on, but then, you are certainly free to play with it. Even during the song itself, it's a couple of times he does a couple of little higher little licks that, if it means a lot to you, you should do it. But, I'm not, on this song I wasn't that, I didn't care that much about getting it note for note, but the idea is there. Okay, so the the main riff is just the song's in D, so the repeating statement is A, B, D. Right? So, and then when the singing starts, then the chord changes. So it goes D, G, C, G, back to D. So those little passing tones are cool. That really makes that flavor, that part. So it's so during the singing it's D, G, and then D chromatically back to C, D, C sharp, and then B, A, G, and then E, E flat, D. In my opinion, that most people, if you're playing it out, that's 90% of the song, they're going to recognize that right there as you're playing the song. But so then the chorus is a little bendy on the octave of the A here repeatedly, and it climbs up from B flat to B to C. So and it does a little lick of sorts to get back to the tonal D chord. So C, B, C, C sharp, D is what I'm playing. So again, the whole chorus. Okay. That's your two major parts in that song that are recognizable during the song itself. And like I said, there's a couple of times when there's a little pause, and he does a couple of little licks. There's also at least one time when instead of just doing the straight, he does some kind of, and I did learn it initially, but I don't play it anymore, but there's a slight little higher note thing. But again, I don't really find that important for me for playing the song out, so I don't really bother with it. So anyway, you got your verse and your chorus, and then there's a couple of gaps where they just vamp on them, and then it kind of hangs, and then there's a lick like sort of like this, a little statement. So that's pretty close to whatever I'm hearing going on, at least one at a time. Just starting on the octave of the F here. So I'm hitting that twice, and then hitting the E here on the second fret, and an open D. Pretty much the same lick, C, B to A. And the last G, A, D. That's what I'm doing. That's kind of the idea. He does that. There's a little break in there where they do it. And so, feel free, or do something similar. And then, so that pretty much gets you through all the singing, and then at the end, after they do the they do the chorus twice in a row, that's when they go into the whole you know, conga bongo jam out thing where they're all doing little trills and stuff. I've never really listened to this live, so I don't know if they do all this stuff live. I'm guessing they do something similar, but I don't know if they drag it out as much. But anyway, it's pretty long. So at the end, you can do that like I just showed you. And then also, what I also do is, and again, this is kind of like sort of in the idea of what's going on. So I'm starting on the 9th fret, and I'm kind of working back in sort of a scale-ish pattern. Sorry. So I'm kind of working on the 9th, 8th, and 6th frets on the bottom 2 strings, and then I'm hitting the F sharp and the E on my way back to the D. And I'm playing around with that. I'm not playing that same thing necessarily every time. Sometimes I'll do like a little bit up here. You know, and I'll come up here and meet it. And then again, sometimes I'll play this lick or something like it. So to me, that captures a lot of the flavor of what's going on. Again, I know there's more passing tones and other things going on and other little statements of, you know, they're doing different phrasings, but that's essentially kind of what is going on. They're just playing around in the whatever scale that would be. I don't know if they're playing around necessarily with the D chords or in the E relative major minor scale, whatever they're doing, but that's kind of what's going on. So that's just a quick primer. There are definitely people that have this thing in greater detail and note for note, so if you want that, I'm sure you can find it, but if you just need a quick sort of boost to get in there and play it your way, then that ought to do it. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you next time.